Hello, welcome to the thorn in your leg build. What was it? Thorn in your back? I don't know the English expression for that. Thorn in something. Now, let's just face it, the thorn is a very bad weapon no matter how you look at it because it's not really fun, it's not really efficient, it's not really interesting to play with, I don't know. It's just a weapon that exists in the game and you have to use it sometimes because it's part of the DLC. And yeah, that's kind of like the whole point of the build. The point is that you can just replace the weapon with something else and it will be a much better build in general. But we'll just try to have some fun with it as it is. Using the Archon and the Summoner. By the way, we're using the River just because when it explodes, when you sacrifice it, it will explode into a lot of other shards. And that's going to be a lot of damage as well. So you can leave it to fight on the battlefield, or you can just sacrifice it like this and then deal even more damage. As you can see, the explosive damage is really kind of, well, I would say mediocre at best, because it doesn't seem to be added with other types of damage. But it also will cause the healing spawn on the ground and the burning damage. Also, another important note over here is that this is mainly based around the Crown of the Red Prince, but you can of course combine the Crown of the Red Prince with the Red Crimson Guard helmet at Neyreyan, and you'll get a better helmet that will heal, well, not heal, that will be protected against fire by 35 instead of 25. Okay, that will be interesting. Over here we'll be using the Tormented Heart, which sadly doesn't benefit from a lot of other things, but as you can see it's basically healing with damage. Plus it's faster to use. Again, it's not a lot of damage, but it's not supposed to kill anything, it's supposed to just deal damage when you're healing. So remember to heal while you are close to an enemy. And the gun itself, as you can see, it has the pressure point. The pressure point is not really that good on this gun because the weapon, more damage and the range damage, I think they're a bit wasted because it's only 7 meters. I think the developer should really look at this again and should be increasing the range to 10 meters or 12 meters or something like that. So when we activate the mod, it will also deal 9 or 222 damage. Yeah, let's just say it will deal it will deal, let's say, 2000 damage or something like that. I don't have time for math. So 2000 damage when something is near you by 7 meters, which again is a little bit weird. I think they should increase that range a little more. I don't know, the damage is weird. None of my tests actually prove something reliable. As you can see, that seemed like it was not enough damage, but it is enough damage in a way. Over here we have the Stormbringer, just in case you want to add another effect. Plus over here, Firestorm and Time Wave. Time Wave is, of course, to kind of debuff the enemies and do its thing. I'm not seeing the damage from the explosion, I'm just seeing the burn effect, so I don't know, I think it will work. I saw the damage numbers when I'm attacking enemies. Probably it's just not working against the dummies. Detonation triggers, just because this is one of the best amulets in the game. The Blasting Cap because it was increased in damage, the Singe Ring. Now instead of the Singe Ring you can use the Burden of the Seolis because it actually buffs the damage of most of the things here, but it again is just a little more efficient to use the Singe Ring. Son of the Malevolence, just because we'll be stacking the fire, and also the Red Ring of Death. Sadly, this is one of my generalist builds that tends to work with everything, and this combination of items seems like it's very good, and also, yeah, I guess these 3 rings will be in a lot of builds. They work very well together. So how does this work? You shoot, it explodes. You activate mode, it shoots faster. You press the mode again and then it explodes everything and you get more damage on the explosion. But the problem is that the damage is also mediocre. Then you can also do that again. You have to do that every time, so yeah, it kind of loses its effect after a while, as you can see. Since the DPS is not very high, but the total damage is super high. So we're just going to nuke the enemy with explosions. Everything causes an explosion. Just explosions everywhere, and that's the whole point. Before we continue, I just want to say that you should replace the Thorn with a lot of other guns. In my case, I'll replace the Thorn, guess what, with the Starkiller, because this creates a very fun and ludicrous build that, I don't know, it's overpowered, what can I say? Because this thing will hit for so much damage that it will not seem like it's even real. You don't understand why. Well, let me show you. You take the damage from the pressure point, you take the damage from that, and then you get a lot of damage. Well, what's the catch? Well, the catch is that you'll slow down the enemies with this thing with time weave, and then shoot it, and then maybe do this, and do it like this, and this will work so much better. Okay, we'll be doing kind of like a comparison between these two. Okay, we're on fire. Let's go and test it out. Okay, so we start with the fire. Let's activate this. Fire again. Fire the entire magazine. Also, we can do this. Oh wait, we cannot do that. I wanted to use the skill, but I already used it. You can see that stamina is just sitting there doing nothing, so let's explode it. Not really a need to kill, as you can see that does 1000 damage. But I think most of the damage is coming from the firestorm anyway. That was the damage from all of the things exploding. Also, this is elemental resist. If it didn't have elemental resist, it would be dead so fast. So yeah, this is mostly going to be the damage of this one, the firestorm and some of the other stuff. Activate this again. As you can see, it also fills up the mod pretty fast. Damage was there. And we've almost killed him. Wow. Okay, now everything is the same except we changed the weapon Thorn Starkiller. And this will actually be a lot more fun to use, and you'll see why in a second. I hate fighting this boss, but I guess it's important to show how the other boss fight will be. Oh, I almost died. Where is it? I don't see it. As you can see, the slow is actually working pretty much as intended. Apocalypse difficulty made. Okay, now let's do this the fun way. As you can see, this time it's empathy and regenerator. I might as well do this. Oh no, don't do that. Yeah, you are quite into it. Some more fireballs, also more this. As you can see, my summon is just standing there. Yeah, it's much more fun build like this. All the damage is much better as well, especially because you're not depending on multiple hits, you're just firing once, twice, and that's it, and then you just have to wait, and then you can either use this And also if you shoot the thing at point blank, it will be a massive amount of damage. Anyway, let's do something else. Let's test it against other enemies. Just now, I guess. I guess we'll see what is better against normal enemies. Wait. Well, that was a crit. Okay, I don't think that counts. That was a crit. It shouldn't really crit this much. So let's try that again with the ability is not even loaded. Yeah, I don't think it matters. The enemies will just get killed anyway by the various effects. I mean, either from the EOE of the explosion, the gravity core, the fire, or I can just heal. So let's swap back to the Thorn, but as you can see, it's clearly not going to be as fun as this build. The Thorn, okay, where is the weapon? I guess it looks similar to other ones, so sometimes you'll confuse it. Over there. And let's test this thing out against just a normal Yesh elite. Now, well, I guess we should test it against two elites to make sure. I don't know, it seems like the developers have run out of idea, but if you just post on the Steam forum or whatever, Reddit, Discord, if the developers just post, you have 2 hours of giving us the most interesting weapon design you can think of, and you'll see maybe thousands of good ideas. And the developers cannot seem to even find a few good ideas lately. Now let's use this thing. Same rules. I guess I should have used that when I was close to the enemy. I guess the Firestorm does all of the work, which is one of the problems of the game. The Firestorm is basically 10 times better than all of the other mods combined, sadly. Yeah, I guess it does decent damage against normal minions as well. So yeah, whatever option you prefer, either the Thorn or the Starkiller, I think this is a very fun build. And it's actually one of the builds that is very DPS intensive, but at the same time doesn't really require much else, to be honest. Well, this looks a little better. See you next time, bye bye.